But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Ready? Easy. Kill. Get down. Ready?
To throw his Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
Is it still doing it right now?
Check it backer.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They run it with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, Baltimore
couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right?
He said Flacco.
That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Able to get 7 on that 1st down.
Last time you'll probably say y'all had a good team with what? Steve McNair?
Carr now to throw.
Kyle Bowler. Whatever.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Hey, alert 3. Tighten up. Heavy.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs.
Put that shoulder down, Josh.
Have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. A nice 1st down pickup on a gain of 6.
But y'all always had a bum-ass defense, though.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we're good.
You live out there in Baltimore? So you stay out there in Baltimore?
Here's Carr to throw.
Okay.
And it's caught. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those
never.
So difficult to cover.
Don't do me like that.
Now Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland.
Right now.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Is it humid out there right now, or like raining?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down.
I've been out there, but I went to Orlando.
40-yard line.
Yeah, I've been out there, but I went to Disney World, so I was like in Orlando. And motherfucking alligators and shit. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, hell no.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I couldn't breathe.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hell yeah.
Throwing is Jackson.
Man, dog, like a nigga had to fucking sit there and really like not want to go outside. Bro, like I'm in Disneyland, bro. Like fuck that. The wind is too hot. It's slapping me, but it's hurting. Like hell no. Oh yeah, go
After
ahead,
the
dog.
sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings.
You can't give up,
this
man.
situation,
You got a little more,
I know exactly
baby.
what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job one paramount. Because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble.
Already. All right, dog.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set. 5-9. 25 to Mike. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Ready, take.
Breeze now on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, you know, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Open man is Michael Thomas. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Oh, some strong running. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here's Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Now, 180. Right there, 54 Mike. Hey, check 24, check 24. Look three.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know, the thought...
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 65 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Jacobs now. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
93.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing 2.
Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Ready? Yellow waiting, yellow waiting. All day, all day.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a play fake. Breeze on the move to his left. This is a catch by Ted Ginn. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, Breeze. Looking long for Thomas. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Washington, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Carr going to go on 4th down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And Thomas has it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We saw this franchise do this back in the 2009 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Running is Jacobs. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, Carr. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Jordan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line. Here's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, let's get set.
6-yard line.
Check. Fresno.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. Breeze going to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Breeze now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From midfield, here's Breeze. Buying time to his left. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an error in the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Cameron Jordan able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
On first, here's Washington. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To throw, it's Carr. Now, yes, it's rush coming, and he's taken down. A.J. Klein leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Carr completes it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From midfield, here's Carr. This is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating.